Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please pass it on to somebody else who needs to hear this. Also, if you have time, please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Alright guys, so someone asked me a very interesting question the other day that I really wanted to address. The young lady said to me, why is it that Aquarius have these high, unobtainable goals and standards that they set for themselves and others? Now, if you're dealing with a low vibrational Aquarius or an Aquarius who has a lot of ego, you might actually find some of this. It's just because they have this kind, some of them have this kind of superiority thing going on. So they hold themselves to this high esteem, which isn't a bad thing, but they also hold others to the esteem from which they hold themselves. So they sometimes can come off with a little bit of ego, a little condescending, a little judgmental is a big one that comes up with those kinds of people. But I also see another side to this, because I see Aquarius that are higher in vibration and who are, you know, more so in a more positive, coming away from the ego. And those Aquarius, I think that it's not that the goals are unobtainable. I think those Aquarius have a tendency to see things in people that people don't always see in themselves. And some of the times, I've done this many times, we see that potential in a person, and I think we're kind of irritated, y'all. I think we're kind of pissed because we see the potential in this person and the person isn't doing anything to reach that potential. Anybody I've spent time with, personally or romantically or platonically, but spent time with, period, it was because I saw something special in them. And I must tell you, as an Aquarius, it was very disappointing when they did not live up to their own potential. And I've talked about this before, but when she called the goals unobtainable and high, to me that made them sound unrealistic. And I don't think all of these goals are always, these standards are always unobtainable or too high. I think that in some cases, the person just doesn't see them in themselves. I used to have an ex. I've told you guys about this ex before. This ex is a Taurus. I see so much, to this day, I see so much greatness in this Taurus, so much creativity in this Taurus. But the Taurus does not see it in herself. At least she didn't the last time we talked about it. So because of that, I'm constantly pushing her to do more, be more, go, you know, actualize your potential, you know. And when she doesn't, we fight because I get so disenchanted. Like, oh my God, you have so much here. Fucking use it. So a lot of times I think that that is the case. That some of the, I should say half of the time maybe, the Aquarius is seeing something. Because remember, we're visionaries. We're the kind of sign, yeah, we're visionaries. We're the kind of sign that sees the future. So I can look at a person and I can see if they just did this, this, and this, they would be this. And this is probably what they don't realize they can be. So a lot of times, it's not the fact that the Aquarius is trying to hold other people to these impossible, unobtainable standards. It's that the Aquarius sees that the person has more potential than they're actually seeing in themselves or utilizing. Some of them see it, but really don't want to do the work to get to it. So I wanted to point that out to you guys because I think that Aquarius get this, you know, I get this rap a lot. You know, I've had friends say this to me, different people in my life. They're like, oh, you're so hard on people. And at this point in my life, I don't get that. But when I was younger, I think I was a little bit more harsh with my delivery. And that's something that Aquarius struggle with as well, is the delivery, you know? So I think I was more harsh with my delivery. Now I just encourage. I don't harshly be like, you should do this, you should do that, this. You know, I used to be like that. Now I'm just like, I just suggest now. I encourage now. And I stand back. Because I realize that those goals may feel unobtainable to the person that I'm talking to, even though I can stand back and clearly see them and see how easily it would be for them to obtain them. So I think that this happens sometimes, and I don't think that people realize that. I think that they just think the Aquarius is being hard on them, or the Aquarius, you know, is being a hard nose. And sometimes those Aquarius are, and sometimes they just see more for the person than they see in themselves. I see greatness in so many people who are doing nothing. I mean greatness. I mean family, friends, you know, subscribers, people who talk to me. You know, I see people on the bus. I meet people all the time who have all this greatness in them, these great ideas, this wonderful potential, this creativity, and they're doing nothing with it. And for me, like I said, I've taught myself to stand back and encourage, but everybody doesn't know that trick. And it took me a little bit of time to get that trick, okay? So not everybody gets that. Not every Aquarius can do that. Some of them are looking at you like, oh my God, you know? And you're sitting there like, why is the Aquarius so hard on me? Because the Aquarius can see it. They can taste it. You know, it's not unobtainable. It's right within your grasp. It's right within your reach. And the Aquarius sees that. So think about that the next time an Aquarius is on your ass about doing something that you don't really want to do. Or the next time an Aquarius puts forth some high standards that you think are too high to reach. Think about that. Think about maybe this is obtainable for you. Maybe you just don't see that. And the Aquarius don't just put high standards for other people. We put high standards for ourselves too. We have a standard that we want to live by. We have a standard that we want to do our work by. We have a standard of our work ethic and what we put out there. And it may not be the same as what everybody else is thinking or putting out there or what their ideas are. But we have our own high standard. Like for me, I always study. I always study. Before I come out here and say anything to you guys or say anything to anybody, I study the topic. That's a standard I hold myself to, knowing something about what I'm talking about before I talk about it. Because a lot of people don't do that. Okay? And it's quite frankly very annoying. So I try not to be that person. I try to learn before I speak, you know? So that kind of thing. And we hold ourselves to these standards. We do hold others to those standards as well. And somebody would say to me, well, that's unobtainable. How is that unobtainable? You on your phone all day. You can research in between conversations. That's not unobtainable. It's just you don't want to put the effort into obtaining it. I mean, let's just keep it real. So when she said to me, why do the Aquarius put up these unobtainable high standards? I'm like, nah, they not unobtainable. You just lazy, boo. That's exactly what it is. Keep it real. You have the potential. You can obtain it. You're just choosing not to put in the work. And the Aquarius sees that, and they're looking at you ready to choke you because they know if you do put in the work, you'll make yourself a lot happier. So as an Aquarius, we do have to realize, like I said, that's why I backed off and realized to just encourage. But on the flip, those that the Aquarius are encouraging have to realize that these things are very much obtainable. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to get if you would like to get a reading done, feel free to email me. All of the rest of my information will also be underneath this video. And come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.